This is Saudi Arabia.
You guys raise camels, you guys raise eagles.
We can have horses.
The eagles have their own houses.
Wow. This is the problem about Saudi food. One week, I promise you'll be fat.
You're right.
Join me for a journey into a country that's trying to change its image and defy expectations.
The country lifts its driving ban for women.
You have to go to another country to watch movies?
Yes.
It's 2 in the morning. It's an absolutely surreal experience heading into downtown Riyadh. This is a country that's been closed to tourists until just a few years ago.
Let's start with some first impressions. Right upon checking into my room, I could easily tell that I was in the birthplace of Islam. There's a prayer rug, a Quran, and a plaque on the wall that shows the direction of Mecca, where Muslims pray towards. The royal family that founded the Saudi kingdom in the 1930s deeply believed there was much oil below the barren landscape, despite wide skepticisms. They proved everyone wrong. Deep beneath the Saudi sand is a huge reserve of the black liquid that gave this region its geopolitical and economic importance in the modern world.
Its state-owned oil company, Saudi Aramco, has been among the world's most valuable companies.
I'm on top of the Riyadh office of Saudi Aramco. Epic view of Riyadh.
Oil and Islam are the stuff that I researched about before I came, but there are things you need to be here to experience. For example, the Arab hospitality. People here are so friendly. It's funny when some people could look very serious when they're not talking, but as soon as you approach them, they'd be like, "Hi, China." Yeah?
For example, when we couldn't get a taxi one day, a guy on the street just straight up offered to drive us.
No problem.
We couldn't understand each other during the entire ride.
Stuck from Chinese. Tea like this, you know?
What do you mean? What? No.
But I guess it didn't stop us from having a good time.
What's your name?
Hassan.
Hazard. Thank you, Hazard.
Welcome.
What is this?
The States.
Dates. Ah. Shukran.
It's Saudi coffee.
Another important part of hospitality here is coffee.
First thing when you come like a guest, you give you a coffee. Then you sit. Then you chat like 10 minutes to 20 minutes to sometime to half hour. Maximum 1 hour. Then you go to eat.
Saudi coffee is very different from the Italian variety that I'm used to. Along with coffee beans, they put 7 other spices in the brew, from saffron, ginger to cinnamon, giving the drink a distinctive herbal taste. It's served in small cups the size of Chinese teacups, and it's also light and not bitter at all, making it quite easy to binge drink and get that refreshing caffeine kick.
Do we sit here?
Yeah.
Can you show us what everything is?
This is
Kapsa.
This is Dursan. It's like a cornflakes. And this is Margot.
Margru.
Margot. The white one.
Uh-huh.
Mgelgel.
Mgelgel.
Yeah.
I nailed it? Mgelgel. Are you messing with me or is this really what it's called?
Then our Saudi friend taught us how to eat with hand. The right hand, to be exact, per local custom.
Use this finger here. So you can eat. When you put it in your mouth, just move your finger. Like
Finger like a spoon.
yes.
It is actually a bit more difficult than it looks. These customs and traditions give this country a timeless quality. But seismic social changes are also happening, especially in recent years. While oil and Islam are what many around the world know Saudi Arabia for, that is about to change. According to the kingdom's crown prince, 37-year-old Mohammed bin Salman, also known as MBS. His grand plan is called Saudi Vision 2030, which aims to transform this ultra-conservative nation into a more liberal, vibrant, and modern state. To give you a sense of just how ambitious he is, this is him presenting his mega project. A brand new city in the form of a 170-kilometer long straight line through the desert, with 500-meter tall glass walls. If you think this is too futuristic to be even real, constructions have reportedly begun. These projects look and sound cool for a reason. To diversify its economy from oil, the kingdom wants to attract 100 million tourists a year by 2030. That's more than the number of tourists visiting New York and Paris combined in pre-pandemic 2019.
And to achieve that, you'd like people to feel entertained in the country. For example, this is the first ever movie cinema in Saudi Arabia, opened in 2018.
The country banned commercial cinema back in the 1980s due to religious conservatism. If you wanted to see a movie on the big screen, you had to go to great lengths.
Go to another country.
You had to go to another country to watch movies?
Yes, to Dubai, Bahrain. Yes.
The government's decision to lift this 35-year ban was especially welcomed by young people.
I like the action movie. It's great to be in Saudi Arabia, and we hope to extend more than 1,000 cinema.
I even bumped into a local movie star here.
First of all, my name is Faizun Jurais. I'm a Saudi actor. It was 2014. I actually studied acting in New York Film Academy, Los Angeles, and I came back to Saudi Arabia 2019. It was a crazy moment of my life to decide that you study acting, that even though you don't have cinema in Saudi, but when it's open, I was like, it's my chance. So when my movie's there, it's just such a great feeling.
In 2021, the Saudi government announced that it is investing $64 billion to try to become the region's leading destination for movies.
Actually, the movie development is so crazy. Saudi have a lot of talent, but they didn't give us the chance. So now we have a very big industry. I promise, within the next 5 years, 10 years, it's gonna be one of the biggest industry, and we're gonna compare with Hollywood soon, trust me.
Many other long-time social restrictions have been somewhat eased in the past decade. For example, the cinema's officials said back in 2018 that this place was supposed to only serve families.
We're launching just for families, so it will be mixed, men and women, but they'll be related, husband and wife and their children.
This meant that technically it doesn't serve single men, which reflected the country's gender segregation practice. In fact, many restaurants here have 2 separate doors for families and bachelors. However, when I visited, these male college students were getting tickets anyway. Other social changes are happening on many fronts.
So we're at one of the local shopping malls here buying SIM cards.
In the past, most stores were required to temporarily close service during prayer time. Failure to do so could lead to questioning by the religious police. But now it's become optional, after the kingdom stripped the religious police of the power to arrest when enforcing Islamic law in 2016.
Did you close during prayer time?
No.
But I guess the biggest changes over the past 5 years in Saudi Arabia have been in women's rights. Until 2018, Saudi Arabia had been the only country in the world where women were not allowed to drive. That changed. This is a driving school in Riyadh, which offers lessons for women.
خايفة بس متحمسة أجرب. كان شعور حلو أول ما جربت يعني أمسك السيارة وشغلتها. كان شعور ما تخيلته كذا يعني.
أكيد يعني راح يعتمدوا على نفسهم إنه راح تبغى مشوار راح تطلع تقضيه هي ما راح تدور أحد يودي لها أو تصير ثقل على أحد ثاني يوصلها ويجيبها.
Also, in 2018, Saudi Arabia allowed women into sports stadiums. And a year later, in 2019, women here have, for the first time, been allowed to apply for passports and travel abroad without an approval of a male relative. On the night before I left Saudi Arabia, I hung out with my young local guide, whose name is
Khalid.
Khalid.
There is difference between the letter Ha and the letter Kha.
Ha.
Exactly.
It's important to have that guttural sound like ha.
Yes,
Khalid.
exactly.
These camps are used in the desert.
But without the lights.
Without the lights,
Yeah.
but everything the same as the old ones.
Exactly.
Wow.
And here,
Is that a real bird there?
it's not a bird.
That's not just any bird, that's an eagle, which many Saudi tribes raise alongside camels.
You guys raise camels, you guys raise eagles.
You can have horses.
The eagles have their own houses.
Their own rooms, not
Their
houses.
own rooms.
Exactly.
Okay.
Wow.
And I will show you the room of the eagles.
That's so cool.
From the direction of these social reforms, it is not hard to piece together the new image that Saudi Arabia is trying to present to the world.
What is the lyrics in this?
The lyrics of this song, they said, "Welcome to this place. You are the owner of the place, and we are the."
To me, some of these shifts are just as inspiring as the new megacity across the desert. The new Saudi generation will grow up in a new age, and I've barely scratched the surface of this country's evolution. It is one that will continue to attract interest and curiosity from around the world.